Welcome to God Tells You, where you receive direct messages from the Father for your specific situation. If this is your first time here, you are not here by accident. God led you to this channel at this exact moment for what you need to hear today. My child, stop scrolling. Right now, I need your full attention for what I am about to reveal. This is not another motivational message. This is not another feel-good sermon. This is a direct word from me to you about something that is unfolding in your life at this very moment. Something you cannot afford to miss. Something that could cost you everything if you walk away before you hear it all. You found this message because I led you here. Not by accident. Not by algorithm. By divine appointment. And what I am about to tell you will answer the questions you have been asking in the middle of the night when you could not sleep. The doubts you have been wrestling with when you wondered if I was still listening. The confusion you have felt when you tried to make sense of why things have been so hard for so long. Listen closely, my beloved. These words are not for the casual observer. They are for those who have been in a season of waiting so long that they started to believe the wait would never end. Those who have been faithful in the dark, wondering if anyone noticed. Those who have been holding on by a thread, asking themselves if it is even worth it anymore. You are not here by chance. You are here because your breakthrough is closer than you think. And you need to understand what is happening right now in the spiritual realm before you do something that sabotages everything I am about to release. Stay with me. Do not click away. Do not get distracted. Because by the time we finish this conversation, you will have clarity that changes everything. My child, I am unveiling the abundance I have been holding in reserve for you. I know what you have been going through. I saw you last month sitting at your kitchen table, staring at bills you could not pay, wondering how you were going to make it through another week. I was there when you checked your bank account and felt that sinking feeling in your stomach, that shame, that embarrassment that you worked so hard for so long and still ended up here. I watched you the night you lay in bed unable to sleep, running calculations in your head, trying to figure out what you could cut, what you could sacrifice, who you could ask for help without admitting how bad things really were. I saw the tears that finally came when the pressure became too much and you let yourself feel how tired you are of struggling. You have been faithful in the lean season, my beloved. You tithed when you could not afford to. You gave to others when you needed it yourself. You helped people who never helped you back. You sowed seeds in rocky ground, believing that somehow, someday, there would be a harvest. And you are right. There will be. But pause. What I am about to release is not just provision. It is overflow. It is not just enough to get by. It is more than enough to transform your entire situation. It is not just an answer to your prayers. It is an answer that exceeds what you knew to ask for. This is urgent because you are standing at the exact moment when the warehouse of heaven is about to open over your life. But there are conditions. There are requirements. And if you walk away before you understand what they are, you will miss the window. The abundance I have prepared is already in motion. The doors are already opening. The connections are already being made. The opportunities are already being orchestrated. But they require your cooperation. They require your alignment. They require you to position yourself correctly to receive what is coming. My child, I am exposing why your season of lack has lasted as long as it has. This is going to be difficult to hear, but I love you too much to let you continue in patterns that block your blessing. So listen with an open heart, even if it hurts. There are areas where you have been operating in independence instead of dependence. You have been trying to make things happen in your own strength, instead of surrendering to my timing. You have been forcing doors, instead of trusting me to open them. You have been leaning on your own understanding, instead of acknowledging me in all your ways. I am not saying this to condemn you. I am saying this to free you. Because as long as you are striving in your own effort, you block the flow of supernatural provision. As long as you are trying to figure it all out yourself, you cannot receive what only I can give. The scarcity you have experienced has been a refining process. It has been teaching you where your security really comes from. It has been weaning you off dependence on your job, your savings, your abilities, so that you learn to depend fully on me. And now that lesson is complete. Now you are ready. Now you understand that apart from me, you can do nothing. But with me, all things are possible. Now you have learned the difference between worldly provision and kingdom abundance. This shift in your understanding is what qualifies you for what comes next. Because what I am about to release into your life is so great that if you still thought it came from your own effort, it would destroy you. Pride would take root. Self-sufficiency would creep in. You would start to believe you did it yourself. But you cannot believe that anymore. Because you know. You have tried everything in your power and it was not enough. You have exhausted every option and still came up short. You have worked yourself to the bone and still could not break through. Now you are positioned to receive abundance you did not earn. Provision you did not work for. Favor you did not deserve. And when it comes, you will know beyond any doubt that it came from me. And you will give me the glory, and that glory will attract even more blessing. My child, I know you have questions about timing. You have asked me 1,000 times, why not sooner? Why did it have to take this long? Why did I have to go through all of this? Let me answer those questions once and for all. If I had given you abundance when you first asked for it, you would not have been ready to steward it. You would have made decisions that felt good in the moment, but cost you in the long run. You would have surrounded yourself with people attracted to your resources instead of committed to your purpose. You would have built your life on a foundation that could not sustain the weight of blessing. So I made you wait. Not to punish you, to prepare you, not to withhold from you, to protect you, not to deny your prayers, to answer them in a way that lasts. Every month you barely made it through was building character you could not develop in plenty. Every humbling moment was teaching you compassion for others in lack. Every time you wanted to give up but did not, was proving to yourself that you have what it takes to endure. Now, you are not the person who first asked for breakthrough. You are wiser, stronger, humbler, more grateful, more dependent on me, more aware that everything you have is grace, and that version of you can handle what is coming. The earlier version would have been destroyed by it. But not you. Not now. Now you are ready. If this truth is settling into your spirit right now, if you sense the shift happening even as you read these words, I need you to make a declaration. Type 888 in the comments. These 3 8s represent abundance, infinity, the endless supply of heaven being released into the earth. When you type 888, you are agreeing with what I am doing. You are positioning yourself to receive. You are opening your hands to what I am pouring out. Type 888 right now. And if you have not yet subscribed to God Tells You, do it now. This channel is where I consistently speak my word directly to my children who are hungry for truth. When you subscribe and turn on notifications, you ensure you never miss a message I have specifically for you. There are thousands in this community who are experiencing breakthrough because they stay connected to what I release here. Join them. Subscribe to God Tells You. My child, I am revealing the specific areas where breakthrough is about to manifest. I am not speaking in generalities. I am speaking with precision about your life, about your situation, about what is coming. First, I am opening a financial door you did not see coming. It will not be through the channels you have been watching. It will not be the promotion you have been waiting for or the opportunity you have been pursuing. It will be something unexpected, something you could not have orchestrated, something that only makes sense in hindsight when you recognize my hand in it. This financial breakthrough will not just meet your immediate need, it will create margin. It will give you breathing room. It will allow you to live without the constant stress of wondering if you will have enough. And it will position you to be a blessing to others in ways you have always wanted to be, but could not afford. Second, I am restoring relationships that were damaged during your season of struggle. There are people who distanced themselves when you were in lack, not because they were bad people, but because they did not know how to walk with you through that valley. Now that you are emerging, they will return. but you will see them differently. You will value them appropriately. You will not need their approval like you once did. And the relationships will be healthier because of it. Third, I am resurrecting a dream you buried. There is something you wanted to do, something you felt called to create, something that used to set your heart on fire, but you put it aside because survival demanded all your energy. That dream is about to come back to life, but not in the way you originally envisioned. In a bigger way, a better way, a way that only I could have designed. Fourth, I am healing something in your body that has been draining you. You have been living with low-level pain, fatigue, inflammation, something that has become your normal, but is not my intention for you. As your circumstances shift, your health will shift. As stress decreases, healing will increase. You are about to feel physical vitality you have not felt in years. Fifth, I am giving you influence you did not seek. People are going to start asking for your advice, your input, your perspective. Your story of how you made it through is going to become a testimony that encourages others. Your life is going to become a living sermon that points people to me, and you will not be able to take credit for it because you will know that only I could have brought you through what you went through. These 5 areas are already in motion. You cannot see them yet, but they are moving toward you like a freight train of blessing, and they will arrive suddenly, not gradually, suddenly. One day you will be in the valley, and seemingly overnight, you will be on the mountain. My child, I am calling you to prepare for abundance before it arrives. This is the part most people miss, and it is why I am speaking this to you clearly through God tells you today. They wait for the blessing before they start living like it is real. But faith does not work that way. Faith prepares the table before the food arrives. Faith sets up the infrastructure before the resources come. Faith acts as if it is already done because in my realm, it is already done. So what does preparation look like? First, clean up the mess that accumulates during hard seasons. The clutter in your space that reflects the chaos in your mind. The broken things you have been tolerating because you did not have energy to fix them. The disorganization that keeps you in survival mode. Clear it out. Create space. Make room for what is coming. Second, forgive the people who were not there when you needed them. Release the bitterness about who did not help, who did not understand, who judged you for struggling. That unforgiveness is a closed fist that cannot receive. Open your hand by opening your heart. Let go of the grudge, not because they deserve it, because you deserve to be free. Third, start speaking differently about your situation. Stop rehearsing the story of lack. Stop describing yourself as someone who never has enough. Stop prophesying poverty over your own life through the words of your mouth. Begin to declare abundance. Call things that are not as though they are. Say what I say about you, not what your bank account says. Fourth, position yourself for opportunity. Update your resume even if you are not looking for a job. Learn a new skill even if you do not know why. Connect with people even if you cannot imagine how they could help you. Get ready. Because when God tells you that it is time to move, you need to be positioned to move quickly. Fifth, increase your giving. I know this sounds counterintuitive when you are in need, but the kingdom economy works on the principle of seed time and harvest. You cannot reap what you do not sow. Give something, even if it is small, even if it hurts, even if it makes no logical sense. Plant a seed in faith, and watch me multiply it back to you. These 5 preparations signal to heaven that you are ready, that you are serious, that you believe what I am saying. And when you position yourself in faith, you accelerate the manifestation of what I have promised. My beloved child, I am warning you about the final test before breakthrough. The enemy knows what I am about to release into your life, and he is terrified, so he is launching one last assault to get you to quit right before the finish line. This is why the last few weeks have felt harder than ever. This is why new problems have emerged just when you thought you were getting ahead. This is why people have disappointed you, why unexpected expenses hit, why your faith has been tested in ways it has not been tested before. This is the final exam, the last hurdle, the ultimate proving ground. And if you can stand firm through this, if you can refuse to give up now, if you can hold on to faith when everything looks hopeless, you will break through into a dimension of blessing you have never experienced. Here is what the enemy is trying to do. He wants you to make a decision out of desperation that disqualifies you from the blessing. He wants you to compromise your integrity for quick money. He wants you to partner with the wrong people because you are tired of waiting for the right ones. He wants you to give up on the dream because the process is taking longer than you expected. He wants you to settle for less than what I have promised because you have lost hope that the promise is real. Do not fall for it. Do not trade your birthright for a bowl of soup. Do not sell out for temporary relief that costs you permanent blessing. Do not make agreements out of desperation that you will regret in abundance. Stand firm. Hold steady. Keep believing. Keep obeying. Keep trusting. Just a little longer. Just a little further. You are closer than you think. And if you quit now, you will never know how close you really were. The darkness is always heaviest right before dawn. The battle is always fiercest right before victory. The test is always hardest right before breakthrough. This intensity is not proof that you are going backward. It is proof that you are about to break through. If you need strength to keep standing, if you need faith to keep believing, if you need courage to keep going, type 777 right now. These 3 sevens represent divine perfection, the completion of a test, the breakthrough that comes when you refuse to quit. When you type 777, you are declaring, I will not give up, I will not compromise, I will not settle, I am standing firm until I see what God has promised. Type 777, my child, I am establishing a new normal in your life that will shock everyone who knew you in your season of struggle. What is coming is not just a temporary upgrade. It is a permanent shift. It is not just a one-time breakthrough. It is a new level of living that becomes your baseline. You are not just getting out of debt. You are stepping into a lifestyle of generosity where you never worry about money again. You are not just getting a better job. You are stepping into your calling where work feels like worship, and you are compensated abundantly for doing what you love. You are not just surviving. You are thriving in ways that make others ask, what happened to you? And here is what you need to understand about this new level. It will require new habits. You cannot live at this altitude with your old patterns. You cannot steward this blessing with your old mindset. You cannot maintain this breakthrough with your old disciplines. So I am going to teach you how to live here. I am going to show you how to manage money as a steward instead of an owner. I am going to train you to make decisions from rest instead of from anxiety. I am going to mentor you in generosity that flows from abundance instead of giving, that comes from obligation. This is not just about getting more. This is about becoming more. Becoming the person who can carry this level of blessing without it corrupting you. Becoming the person who can handle influence without it inflating your ego. Becoming the person who can walk in favor without forgetting where you came from. God tells you today that you are being promoted, not just in position, in character, in maturity, in spiritual authority. And when that internal promotion is complete, the external manifestation will follow automatically. My child, you have been asking me for increase. I am giving you transformation, because transformation is what makes increase sustainable. Transformation is what turns a windfall into lasting wealth. Transformation is what converts a lucky break into a permanent breakthrough. So embrace the process. Welcome the changes I am making in you. Do not resist the refining. Do not fight the pruning. Trust that I know what I am doing. And know that when the transformation is complete, the manifestation will be undeniable. My precious one, I am accelerating your timeline. What I told you would take years is going to happen in months. What you thought would be a slow progression is going to be a sudden leap. What you assumed would require decades of climbing is going to manifest as an elevator ride to the top. This acceleration is for those who remained faithful in the delay. This fast tracking is for those who did not complain during the wait. This supernatural speed is for those who trusted my timing, even when it made no sense. You kept believing when you had every reason to give up. You kept serving when you were not being served. You kept giving when you were not receiving. You kept hoping when hope seemed foolish. And now I am rewarding that faithfulness with acceleration you could not achieve through any amount of effort. In the coming weeks and months, you are going to experience what I call suddenly moments. Suddenly the job offer comes. Suddenly the relationship heals. Suddenly the door opens. Suddenly the provision appears. Suddenly the breakthrough manifests. These suddenly moments will not be random. They will be the culmination of seeds sown in secret, prayers prayed in the dark, obedience maintained when no one was watching. They will be the harvest of faithfulness that only I witnessed. And when people ask how it happened so fast, you will have only one answer. God did it. Because there will be no other explanation. No career trajectory that makes sense. No business plan that accounts for it. No natural process that explains it. Only divine intervention. Only supernatural favor. Only me. My beloved child, I am bringing this word to a close, but the work is just beginning. You have heard truth today that will change everything if you act on it. But it requires response. It requires engagement. It requires you to move. First, speak this declaration out loud right now. I receive the abundance God has prepared for me. I release every pattern of scarcity. I align myself with kingdom economy. I position myself for overflow. I prepare my life for blessing. I commit to steward what God gives me with faithfulness and generosity. I refuse to quit before my breakthrough. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Did you say it? Then it is done. That declaration just shifted something in the atmosphere around your life. Angels just received marching orders on your behalf. Demonic resistance just had to yield. The abundance that was held in reserve just got released. Second, take one step today toward the dream I am resurrecting. Research it. Talk to someone about it. Write down a plan. Invest 30 minutes exploring what it would look like. Do not wait until you have all the answers. Take the first step in faith, and I will direct your path as you walk. Third, sow a seed in faith. Give something to someone who cannot repay you. Support a ministry that is advancing the kingdom. Help a person in need without telling anyone you did it. Plant a seed in good soil and trust me to bring a harvest that exceeds what you sowed. Finally, mark today's date. Write it down. Remember it. Because this is the day everything changed. This is the day you stopped accepting lack and started expecting abundance. This is the day you transitioned from survival to overflow. This is the day you stepped into the season I have been preparing for you. Months from now, when you are walking in the fullness of breakthrough, you will look back at this moment and recognize it as the pivot point. The moment when faith became sight, when promise became reality, when hope became manifestation. My child, you are not alone in this transition. All over the world right now, people just like you are hearing this message through the God Tells You channel. People who have been faithful in the dark. People who have held on through the storm. People who are about to step into their season of abundance. You are part of the God Tells You family, a community of overcomers who are demonstrating that I am still a God who provides, who blesses, who rewards those who diligently seek me. This is not just a channel you stumbled upon. This is a divine connection I orchestrated to speak my word directly into your life. Share this message from God Tells You with 3 people who need to hear it. Someone in your family who is struggling financially. Someone in your circle who has been in a long season of waiting. Someone at your church who needs hope that breakthrough is real. When you share, make sure they know to subscribe to God Tells You so they can continue receiving these life-changing messages. Do not keep this to yourself. Let the message flow through you to others. My precious one, I am so proud of you. Proud that you made it through the valley. Proud that you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to quit. Proud that you are here right now on God Tells You, ready to receive what I am releasing. The abundance is not far off. It is not years away. It is right at the door. And you are about to experience breakthrough that will shock you with its suddenness and its magnitude. Walk forward with confidence. Your season of lack is over. Your season of abundance has begun. And nothing, no weapon formed against you, no scheme of the enemy, no natural limitation can stop what I have set in motion. Before you go, I need you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to God Tells You if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss when I have a word specifically for you. Second, type, "I receive abundance," in the comments so I can see your faith declaration. Third, share this video with at least one person who needs this message today. There are more messages coming through God Tells You that will continue your journey from breakthrough to breakthrough. Each message builds on the last. Each word I speak through this channel is strategically timed for your development. Stay connected, stay engaged, stay expectant. Believe it, receive it, walk in it. The warehouse of heaven is open over your life. The floodgates of blessing are unlocked. The overflow you have been asking for is here. This is my word to you through God Tells You. Let it be done according to your faith.
There are unions that look ordinary, and then there are divine alignments, connections written in the heavens long before 2 souls ever touched the earth. When a chosen one marries a chosen one, it is not simply a relationship, it is a spiritual contract, a cosmic partnership formed for a purpose far beyond romance. Their connection is a collision of destiny and design, a merging of light that shakes environments, shifts atmospheres, and signals to the unseen realm that purpose is about to be multiplied. This message is for those who feel called to something deeper, those who know their spirit is not built for average love, but for a supernatural connection that activates miracles. Before we begin, if you are hearing this message at the exact moment your spirit needed it, if something inside you is waking up, aligning, or confirming what you already sensed, make sure you subscribe, because messages like this don't show up by coincidence. And if this reaches you in divine timing, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section as a prophetic sign that divine blessings, divine alignment, and divine partnership are being released into your life right now. 1. Their spiritual frequency doubles the moment they unite. When 2 chosen ones come together, something extraordinary begins to unfold in the unseen world, something far beyond romance, affection, or human compatibility. Their energy fields don't simply blend, they ignite, creating a frequency so powerful that it alters the spiritual atmosphere around them. Individually, each chosen one already carries heightened intuition, deep spiritual perception, a strong sense of purpose, and an aura that naturally commands attention. But when destiny brings them together, the frequency they generate amplifies exponentially. It becomes a transmission that radiates into the spirit realm, letting every force, light or darkness, know that a divine alignment has occurred. Together, their prayers take on new dimensions, their dreams sharpen, and their discernment becomes razor clear. They begin to operate as one synchronized vessel, moving with divine timing and supernatural cohesion. Their union becomes a lighthouse, a spiritual landmark that guides lost souls, awakens dormant spirits, and reveals truth in the lives of those around them. Darkness cannot stand in their presence. Confusion cannot survive in their space. They shine with a radiant authority that exposes deception, uplifts the broken, and ignites hope in those who had given up. When a chosen one marries another chosen one, heaven acknowledges it instantly. Their union becomes a signal that echoes across realms. Purpose has awakened. Destiny has united. Prepare the way. And from that moment forward, their lives begin to unfold in ways that feel divinely synchronized, spiritually charged, and incredibly purposeful. 2. Their angels combine assignments. Every chosen one walks with heavenly assistants, angels, guardians, divine protectors assigned to guide their steps, shield their path, and ensure they remain aligned with their spiritual purpose. From birth, these angelic beings watch over them, fight invisible battles on their behalf, and intervene during moments when danger tries to overtake them. But when two chosen ones unite in marriage, the angelic realm responds with profound movement. The covering over their lives intensifies, multiplies, and begins to operate with a unity and strategy that is impossible to break. Instead of each chosen one having their own separate angelic team working individually, heaven merges these assignments, forming a single, fortified, and synchronized divine force. This combined protection creates a hedge so strong that attacks which once penetrated easily now dissolve before even reaching them. Delays turn into sudden breakthroughs. Burdens that once felt heavy become light. Energy that was previously drained is now replenished effortlessly because they are no longer fighting alone. The spiritual atmosphere around them becomes heavily guarded, like a fortress protected on all sides. Darkness cannot infiltrate it. Manipulation cannot operate within it. What once caused stress, confusion, or emotional exhaustion loses its power completely. Their angels begin to strategize together, covering the couple's home, their purpose, their movements, and their future. Their union becomes spiritually impenetrable, not because life becomes easy, but because heaven has invested greater force, greater attention, and greater protection into their assignment. A chosen marriage activates a level of divine security that the enemy cannot decode, penetrate, or overpower. 3. Their purpose accelerates faster than they can understand. A chosen one walking alone carries tremendous potential, spiritual wisdom, and divine responsibility. But when they unite with another chosen one, the level of acceleration that takes place is often beyond anything they imagined or planned. Their union activates dormant gifts, unlocks hidden strengths, and awakens spiritual abilities they may not have even realized were sleeping inside them. Together, they sharpen one another the way iron sharpens iron, not through competition but through divine complement, spiritual compatibility, and mutual awakening. Suddenly, ideas begin to flow with supernatural clarity. Opportunities emerge without force. Doors that were once sealed shut swing open with unusual ease. Divine connections appear, people whose presence aligns with their mission and amplifies their calling. Their purpose no longer walks, it runs. And they don't chase destiny. Destiny pursues them with urgency. This acceleration can feel overwhelming at first, because it moves at the speed of divine alignment rather than human timing. But everything begins to make sense as they grow together. Their talents blend, their vision expands, their assignments merge in a way that transforms their individual callings into a unified spiritual mandate. They become unstoppable, not because they are perfect, but because their union is ordained. The spiritual realm recognizes their partnership as a divine activation, a signal that a greater mission has begun. What they manifest together becomes far greater than anything they could have produced alone. Their marriage becomes a catalyst, an ignition point that accelerates destiny with breathtaking speed. 4. Their prayers manifest with unusual speed. When a chosen one prays alone, heaven listens attentively. Their words carry weight because their heart carries purity, sincerity, and spiritual authority. When two chosen ones unite in prayer, the impact multiplies to a level that is almost indescribable. Their prayers harmonize like two powerful frequencies aligning perfectly, creating a spiritual resonance that moves through realms with force and clarity. Heaven responds swiftly, boldly, and unmistakably, because their unity creates a channel that amplifies divine communication. When they pray together, confusion breaks instantly. Obstacles lose their foundation. Strongholds collapse. Delays turn into rapid movement. Their words carry authority because they are spoken from a place of alignment, agreement, and holy unity. They don't pray out of fear, they pray from a seat of spiritual dominion. They don't beg, they decree. And heaven honors their decree because their union is rooted in obedience, purity, purpose, and divine timing. Miracles begin to manifest so quickly that even they are sometimes left in awe. Answers appear before they finish asking. Signs confirm their direction without them seeking reassurance. Resources flow in unexpectedly. Healing takes place effortlessly. The supernatural becomes natural for them because heaven is actively involved in their marriage. Their connection becomes a spiritual portal, a gateway through which divine intervention moves freely and frequently. Their unified prayers become a living testimony that when two chosen ones agree, nothing is impossible. 5. Their presence becomes healing to everyone around them. Chosen ones naturally carry an atmosphere that influences every environment they step into. Even before they speak, their presence shifts the emotional and spiritual temperature of a room. But when two chosen ones unite, this influence magnifies dramatically. Their combined presence becomes soothing, warm, grounding, and spiritually restorative. People around them begin to feel a peace they can't explain, a calmness they didn't know they needed, and a sense of hope they may have lost long ago. They radiate stability, clarity, and authenticity, qualities that are rare in a world filled with chaos, fear, and superficial connections. Their union becomes a silent ministry, one that requires no stage, no microphone, and no title. Simply by existing together, they model loyalty, balance, respect, and spiritual maturity. Couples in conflict begin to reconcile after encountering their energy. Individuals struggling emotionally begin to feel strengthened. Families that were divided begin to mend. Their presence becomes a reminder that sacred love still exists, that divine alignment is real, and that genuine spiritual partnership is possible. People don't just see them, they feel them. They sense the purity of their connection, the depth of their bond, and the spiritual power that surrounds them. Friends begin to grow. Strangers feel comforted. Broken hearts feel uplifted. Their union becomes a sanctuary, a spiritual refuge for those who are hurting or searching for direction. They don't force healing. It naturally flows from them because their marriage is aligned with purpose, divine truth, and heavenly assignment. Their love becomes a living testimony, a light that illuminates the path for others, and a healing force that restores the souls of all who cross their path. 6. They become invisible to the wrong people and magnetic to the right ones. Before marriage, chosen ones often attract the wrong kind of people. Energy drainers, manipulators, opportunists, narcissists, and spiritually disconnected individuals who sense their light but want to misuse it. Many chosen ones experience a pattern of being surrounded by takers rather than givers, pretenders rather than supporters. But once a chosen one marries another chosen one, that entire dynamic shifts dramatically. Their union recalibrates their spiritual frequency in a way that becomes completely inaccessible to the wrong people. Those who once tried to manipulate them suddenly lose interest. Those who once pursued them for selfish reasons become spiritually blocked from reaching them. The wrong individuals find themselves confused, repelled, or disconnected without understanding why. Their energy no longer resonates with low-vibrational people, and their spirits naturally become invisible to those who cannot walk with them into their divine assignment. At the same time, they become incredibly magnetic to the right people. Mentors, destiny helpers, allies, supporters, and divine connections who have been prepared for their next chapter. Opportunities that once felt distant suddenly align. Influential individuals begin to notice them, respect them, and gravitate toward them. New relationships form with people who share their purpose, values, and spiritual trajectory. Their circle upgrades itself, the counterfeit exits, and the chosen enter. Doors open not because they chase them, but because their union emits a frequency of alignment and readiness. They attract everything meant for them: resources, wisdom, partnerships, and growth, while becoming invisible to anything that could hinder their mission. Their marriage becomes a filter that removes the impure and draws in the divine. 7. Their love awakens ancestral breakthroughs. When a chosen couple marries, the impact reaches far beyond their individual lives. Their union begins to cleanse, restore, and transform their entire bloodline. Generational cycles that persisted for decades, patterns of poverty, broken relationships, fear, trauma, addiction, spiritual confusion, or emotional instability, begin to dissolve under the weight of their spiritual authority. What their ancestors silently battled, what previous generations couldn't overcome, becomes weakened in their presence. They become the turning point, the reset, the interruption to generational pain. Their love restores what was stolen, heals what was wounded, and completes what was left unfinished. They become the redemption of their lineage, the answered prayer, the fulfilled prophecy, the miracle that earlier generations hoped for but never lived to see. Their marriage plants new spiritual seeds, seeds of clarity, strength, stability, wisdom, and divine purpose. Children born from their union, whether biological or spiritual, inherit a legacy of empowerment rather than brokenness. Their marriage creates a new blueprint, one that shifts the trajectory of their family for generations to come. Ancestral breakthroughs begin to manifest in dreams, in opportunities, in emotional healing, and in spiritual awakening among relatives who may not even understand why everything is changing. Their union becomes a generational cleansing, a spiritual rebirth that breaks cycles and births a new lineage of authority, peace, and abundance. Their love story becomes more than their own. It becomes the long-awaited liberation of an entire bloodline. 8. They experience supernatural protection from life's storms. Chosen ones are not exempt from challenges. Life still brings storms, battles, and seasons of uncertainty. But what makes chosen couples different is how they move through those storms. When one is weary, the other becomes strength. When one is spiritually attacked, the other intercedes with power. When one feels lost, the other sees clearly. Their connection becomes a shield, a spiritual covering, and a powerful defense against chaos. Because their marriage is ordained, they are protected in ways that defy logic. What should have broken them becomes the very thing that builds them. What was meant to destroy them turns into a testimony. What was designed to weaken them strengthens their bond and deepens their spiritual insight. Storms pass faster. Attacks lose their effectiveness. Problems dissolve before they escalate. They do not crumble under pressure. They rise. They do not fall apart. They unite. They do not lose faith. They anchor themselves in divine purpose. Their protection is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual, and generational. Heaven surrounds their union with a level of reinforcement that ensures they are never overtaken, never defeated, never consumed. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every setback becomes preparation. Every trial becomes a lesson that elevates them. Their union becomes a fortress, a place where storms may roar but cannot destroy. They walk through adversity with grace because they are wrapped in supernatural protection, divinely guided and spiritually sustained. 9. They create a legacy that outlives them. Chosen ones never marry for superficial reasons. Their union is rooted in destiny, assignment, and future impact. When they come together, they begin building something that extends far beyond their lifespan. Their love becomes a seed that grows into legacy, something that influences people they will never meet, shapes generations yet to be born, and leaves a permanent mark on the world. Their children, whether through birth, mentorship, or spiritual influence, become carriers of their wisdom, strength, and purpose. Their teachings, their story, their resilience, and their spiritual discipline echo through time. Their marriage becomes a blueprint for others, a demonstration of what divine love, spiritual alignment, and chosen purpose look like in action. They build more than a home. They build a destiny. They create more than memories. They create movement. Their union becomes a spiritual monument, a testimony of what happens when divine timing aligns two souls with a heavenly mission. Even after they leave the earth, the seeds they planted continue to grow, their impact multiplies, their influence spreads, their legacy becomes eternal. Their love story becomes a chapter in the spiritual history of their bloodline, a masterpiece that outlives their physical presence. They are not just remembered, they are honored. They are not just loved, they are studied, and everything they built together becomes a gift to the world, a divine inheritance passed down to all who come after them. When a chosen one marries a chosen one, heaven doesn't just witness it, heaven participates in it. This kind of union is not built on physical attraction alone, nor on temporary emotions, nor on earthly compatibility. It is built on divine orchestration, on purpose-driven alignment, on spiritual maturity, and on a shared calling that prepares both souls for greater assignments. These two do not walk as individuals anymore. They walk as a unified force, two flames merging into one unquenchable fire. Their relationship becomes a prophecy fulfilled, a testimony unfolding, and a miracle in motion. They show the world that love can be sacred, intentional, powerful, and transformative. They reveal that when God writes the story, no human can interrupt it, no darkness can overshadow it, and no weapon formed against it can stand. Their bond becomes the living proof that destiny is real, timing is divine, and spiritual partnerships still exist in this world. If you are waiting for a chosen partner, preparing for one, or praying for clarity, trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust what is unfolding behind the scenes, because when the right soul meets the right soul, everything aligns effortlessly. And when two chosen ones finally recognize each other, the miracles begin before they even say "I do." This is the Zillion Mind channel. Like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more spiritual awakening videos. If this video got you at the time you most needed, type 1111 in the comment section. Thank you for watching. There are certain habits, cravings, and inner pulls that ordinary people will never understand because they were not designed for them. But chosen ones, those set apart by God for a higher calling, often feel drawn to things that look strange to the world but perfectly aligned with their spiritual destiny. These addictions are not destructive, they are divine compulsions, heavenly instincts that help shape the chosen one into who God needs them to become. They are spiritual appetites that seem to burn inside you for reasons you cannot fully explain. Yet they always lead you back to purpose, clarity, and elevation. Chosen ones are wired differently. Their souls operate on frequencies that others cannot hear. While ordinary people are addicted to comfort, validation, and distractions, chosen ones become addicted to growth, truth, and solitude because God is preparing them for assignments that require spiritual stamina and mental sharpness. These divine addictions are not coincidences, they are indicators of spiritual separation. They are the signs that you are being molded, sharpened, and guided into a destiny much larger than you. If you experience these addictions, understand, you are not strange, you are chosen one. Addiction to solitude. Chosen ones crave being alone, not because they dislike people, but because solitude is where God speaks the loudest. You feel a deep need to withdraw, to step away from the noise, the drama, the chaos, and the constant expectations that the world tries to place on you. While others fear silence because silence forces them to face themselves, you run toward it because silence is where your strength grows. Solitude becomes your sanctuary, your private chamber, your hidden place where God molds you without distraction. Many people misunderstand your desire to be alone. They assume it's loneliness or antisocial behavior, but they don't understand that solitude for a chosen one is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is where your spirit gets refilled. It is where clarity returns. It is where confusion dissolves. In your quiet moments, God whispers revelations, ideas, warnings, strategies, and insights that could never survive the noise of the crowd. When you are alone, you are not isolated. You are being instructed. God uses your isolation as a classroom where He teaches you things no human mentor could ever teach you. He uses it as a workshop where He strips away old versions of yourself that no longer serve your purpose. He uses it as a healing room where you confront past wounds and emerge stronger. Solitude becomes a spiritual detox, flushing out fear, doubt, negativity, and emotional clutter that would block your progress. The chosen ones often grow faster alone than others grow with hundreds of people around them. You begin to crave time with yourself because you discover that God hides the deepest upgrades in silence. While ordinary people distract themselves to avoid their own thoughts, you embrace silence because your thoughts are aligned with purpose. Alone is where your intuition sharpens, where your vision becomes clear, where your identity strengthens, and where God shapes you into who you were always meant to become. 2. Addiction to truth. Most people love comfortable lies, but chosen ones crave truth even when it hurts. You have a spirit that refuses to settle for illusions, shortcuts, or half answers. You feel restless around fake people, shallow conversations, and empty distractions because your soul is wired for depth. Anything that lacks authenticity feels like poison to your spirit. You can sense dishonesty even when no one says a word. You feel it in the atmosphere, in their tone, in their intentions. This creates a natural distance between you and anything or anyone built on illusion. God designed you this way because your destiny requires clarity, honesty, and spiritual discernment. Lies may comfort ordinary people, but they blind chosen ones. You are not created to live in denial or confusion. Truth is what strengthens you, matures you, elevates you, and prepares you for your assignment. There is something inside you that would rather confront a painful truth than live under a beautiful lie. You don't seek truth to judge others. You seek truth to understand yourself, your purpose, your path, and the world around you. Lies weaken your spirit, but truth sharpens your discernment. This is why you cannot stay around fake people for long. Their energy drains you. Their conversations bore you. Their intentions disturb your peace. You crave depth, meaning, honesty, and alignment, because these things reflect the nature of God. When you pursue truth, you become spiritually unshakable. God reveals things to you others cannot see, motives, patterns, warnings, and spiritual signs. Your addiction to truth becomes your protection. It keeps you from manipulation, deception, and spiritual traps. It aligns you with your purpose and keeps you rooted even in seasons of uncertainty. To a chosen one, truth is not optional. It is oxygen. It is the foundation of your journey, your growth, and your connection with God. 3. Addiction to self-improvement. While ordinary people get addicted to laziness, comfort, and entertainment, chosen ones become addicted to evolving, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and even physically. You cannot stay the same for long. Your spirit becomes uncomfortable when you stop growing. There is a divine restlessness inside you that pushes you to refine your character, upgrade your habits, and master yourself. This is not something you learned. It is something God placed in you. Your destiny demands excellence. Your calling requires a stronger, wiser, more disciplined version of you. So God gave you the hunger to evolve. You always sense that there is more to learn, more to master, more to become. You feel pulled upward, stretched forward, pushed beyond your comfort zone. Most people fear self-reflection, but you embrace it because you know growth happens when the truth confronts you. You want to become the best version of yourself, not for applause, but because you feel responsible for the assignment God placed on your life. You read, study, analyze, evaluate, and constantly adjust yourself. You grow through pain, you evolve through challenges, and you transform through awareness. While others waste time, you invest it. While others repeat the same mistakes, you learn from them. While others complain, you adapt. This addiction to self-improvement separates you from the crowd. It makes you an anomaly. It makes you unstoppable. You feel uncomfortable staying stagnant because your spirit knows your future is too great to remain average. God uses this hunger to elevate you above limitations that trap ordinary people. Every season of your life teaches you something. Every setback makes you sharper. Every breakthrough raises your standards. Growth becomes your lifestyle. Improvement becomes your language. Transformation becomes your identity. You were chosen not just to change your life, but to set an example, to show what happens when someone commits to becoming who God designed them to be. 4. Addiction to purpose over pleasure. Chosen ones are pulled toward purpose like a magnet. You can't enjoy meaningless activities for long. Even when you try to relax in ways that others enjoy, something inside you feels off, like you are wasting time or drifting away from your assignment. You start feeling uneasy around anything that distracts you from your calling. You can sense when you're out of alignment, even if what you're doing is fun for everyone else. While others chase pleasure, temporary thrills, and quick gratification, you feel naturally drawn toward responsibility, vision, and mission. It's not that you dislike pleasure, it's that empty pleasure cannot satisfy a soul created for impact. There is a fire inside you that refuses to be entertained by things that don't feed your purpose. You may try to live a normal, carefree life, but God won't let you. He keeps pulling you back to your assignment, reminding you of who you are and what you were sent to do. You were never built for a life of comfort. You were built for a life of impact. Pleasure may relax you for a moment, but purpose fulfills you on a soul level. Purpose gives you meaning. Purpose grounds you. Purpose strengthens you. Purpose shapes your identity and fuels your decisions. You feel a sense of responsibility that other people don't carry, and sometimes it feels heavy, but it also feels right. It feels divine. When you prioritize purpose, God begins shaping your path more clearly. Doors open for you that close for others. Opportunities find you. Clarity surrounds you. You begin to attract the people, experiences, resources, and knowledge required for your mission. This addiction to purpose becomes your compass, guiding your choices and protecting your future. Ordinary people may waste years chasing pleasure, but chosen ones understand that real joy, real fulfillment, and real success come from walking in purpose. Your spirit thrives when you do what God created you to do. 5. Addiction to spiritual knowledge. Chosen ones hunger for wisdom, scriptures, spiritual books, teachings, revelations, and divine mysteries. Your soul absorbs knowledge as if it has been starving for deeper meaning your entire life. You don't just want to know what happens in life, you want to understand why. You seek purpose behind every experience, symbolism behind every encounter, lessons behind every pain, and messages hidden inside every blessing. You are not satisfied with surface-level explanations. You crave the spiritual architecture behind reality, how God moves, how energy flows, how destiny unfolds, how alignment works. This is a hunger that ordinary people cannot understand because they consume information to pass time, but you seek wisdom to transform your entire existence. When you read, listen, or study, something inside you wakes up. It feels familiar, like your soul recognizes ancient truths you knew long before your physical body was born. You highlight, underline, reflect, meditate, and internalize wisdom, because you know your mission requires clarity and depth. God gave you this thirst because your assignment is spiritual, not superficial. He needs you equipped, informed, and enlightened. Your ability to discern, interpret, and understand spiritual laws determines the heights you can reach. So God feeds your hunger with revelations that don't come from mere intellect, but from divine downloads. You begin to see patterns others cannot see, synchronicities, warnings, confirmations, and revelations hidden in everyday life. You talk differently, think differently, observe differently, and respond differently because spiritual knowledge rewires your perception. While many people rely on assumptions or emotions, you rely on wisdom. Wisdom becomes your shield, your compass, your weapon, your foundation, and your guiding light. You understand that knowledge transforms your spirit, elevates your character, deepens your discernment, and prepares you for your destiny. To the chosen one, learning is not an option. It is spiritual nourishment. It is how you stay aligned with God's plan, how you navigate challenges, how you interpret signs, and how you evolve into the person you were always meant to be. 6. Addiction to alignment and peace. You become deeply sensitive to anything that disturbs your inner peace. Toxic people, chaotic environments, negative conversations, unnecessary drama. You feel allergic to them. What others tolerate, you simply cannot. Your spirit reacts instantly when something is out of alignment. This sensitivity is not weakness, it is spiritual maturity. It is the internal alarm system God installed inside you to protect the mission He placed upon your life. You crave alignment, balance, and harmony because you understand that God operates through peace. Peace is not the absence of noise, it is the presence of divine order. When something disrupts that order, you feel it physically, emotionally, and spiritually. As a chosen one, you begin to value peace more than approval, more than company, more than entertainment, and more than comfort. You refuse to stay in environments where your spirit cannot breathe. You walk away from conversations that drain you. You distance yourself from people who disrupt your equilibrium. You protect your mind, your heart, and your energy because you know your peace is a portal to God's guidance. When your soul is calm, you can hear God clearly. But when your peace is disturbed, everything becomes blurry and confusing. Alignment becomes your goal in every area: relationships, decisions, habits, environments, and emotions. You want your life to match your spirit. You want your steps to match God's timing. You want your actions to match your purpose. And so you begin removing anything that creates spiritual noise. You start choosing solitude over chaos, growth over comfort, clarity over confusion, and purpose over popularity. People might accuse you of being distant or changed, but they don't understand that peace is your spiritual oxygen. Without it, you cannot function at the level God is calling you to. Your soul refuses to stay where your spirit does not belong. And this becomes one of your greatest strengths. 7. Addiction to helping and healing others. Chosen ones naturally feel drawn to uplift, encourage, guide, and heal others. It isn't something you try to do, it is something you are. You can't watch someone struggle without wanting to offer hope, clarity, wisdom, or direction. You sense pain even when it's hidden behind a smile. You recognize spiritual wounds even when they are disguised as anger, pride, or confidence. You understand people deeply, and they feel strangely safe around you. This ability is not accidental. God wired you this way because you were chosen to be a light in dark places. When others vent to you, seek advice from you, or lean on you in moments of weakness, you don't see it as a burden. It feels natural, like breathing. You listen differently. You care differently. You speak differently. Your words carry healing. Your presence carries comfort, and your spirit carries reassurance. Even when your own life feels heavy, you still find strength to support someone else. Not because you're trying to be a hero, but because compassion is part of your spiritual DNA. This addiction to helping others is often misunderstood. People assume you're just kind or emotional, but they don't realize it's a divine assignment. God uses your heart to reach people who have lost their way. He uses your empathy to lift those who feel invisible. He uses your wisdom to guide those who feel lost. And He uses your presence to heal those who have forgotten their worth. But this calling also shapes you. Helping others teaches you discernment. It teaches you boundaries. It teaches you the difference between divine connections and draining attachments. With time, you learn that you cannot heal everyone, nor should you carry burdens God did not assign to you. You begin to help with wisdom, not exhaustion. You learn to pour from a full cup rather than an empty one. Still, the desire to uplift never fades, because healing is part of your purpose. You carry a spiritual light that naturally illuminates others. Addiction to breaking generational limitations. While ordinary people repeat the same patterns their families lived in, chosen ones feel a supernatural compulsion to break cycles. Poverty, trauma, fear, stagnation, addiction, dysfunction, limitation, and generational curses that have been passed down for decades. Something in you refuses to settle for the life everyone before you accepted. You feel chosen to be the first, the different one, the one who carries the family into a new era, and you are. You look at your family line and notice patterns that others overlook. Repeated struggles, toxic behaviors, broken relationships, financial struggles, emotional wounds, spiritual blindness. And instead of participating, you begin questioning everything. Why do we do things this way? Why do we repeat this mistake? Why do we settle for this level of life? These questions are the first signs that you were chosen to break the chain. God places a warrior spirit inside chosen ones, a spirit that refuses to accept limitations, a spirit that seeks elevation, a spirit that hears destiny calling. You feel an inner push to rise higher, even when no one around you understands. You invest in your growth. You heal wounds others ignored. You seek knowledge others rejected. You walk away from toxic patterns others embraced. You try new paths that no one in your family walked. You make decisions guided by wisdom, not by tradition. Breaking generational cycles is not easy. It often isolates you. It separates you from the comfort of the familiar. It puts you on a path where you must become what you never saw, achieve what you never witnessed, and believe what no one taught you. But this addiction to breaking limitations is divinely placed. You are the curse breaker, the cycle shifter, the generational cornerstone, the one God chose to rewrite the story of everyone connected to your bloodline. Your rise is not just for you, it's for everyone coming after you. 9. Addiction to listening to God's instructions. Chosen ones often become addicted to signs, intuition, spiritual nudges, dreams, synchronicities, and divine whispers. You pay attention to what others ignore. You notice patterns, warnings, confirmations, and messages tucked inside everyday moments. You move when God says move. You pause when God says wait. You shift when God shifts you. This sensitivity is not random. It is your spiritual GPS. God only gives this level of direction to those He trusts with a big destiny. You've learned that God doesn't always speak in loud, dramatic ways. Many times His voice comes through subtle impressions, gentle nudges, or sudden clarity that hits your spirit. And because you are spiritually awake, you recognize the difference between your thoughts and God's guidance. You feel when something is right. You feel when something is wrong. You feel when something is off, even without evidence. This is discernment, and it is one of your greatest gifts. Listening to God becomes a lifestyle. You pray differently, you observe differently, you act differently. You no longer move based on emotions, pressure, trends, or opinions. You move based on divine instruction, and this obedience protects you from traps, fake opportunities, wrong relationships, and unnecessary battles. God blocks certain paths not to punish you, but to protect you. And because you are sensitive to His voice, you don't fight His redirections, you embrace them. This addiction to divine instruction gives you supernatural timing. You show up in the right places at the right moments. You meet the right people at the appointed time. You avoid disasters others walk straight into. You receive blessings others weren't positioned to catch. Your life begins to look guided because it is. God trusts you with signs because He knows you will actually listen. You become a vessel He can direct, a servant He can guide, and a chosen one He can depend on. If these addictions live inside you, it's because God has separated you, prepared you, and positioned you for something extraordinary. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. And if this message reached you at the perfect moment, it is not by accident. God wanted you to hear this today. Before you leave, make sure you subscribe, because messages like this are meant for the spiritually awakened and divinely aligned. This is the Zillion Mind channel. If you received this message exactly when your spirit needed it, type 1111 in the comment section to unlock divine blessings and alignment. Thank you for watching.